Good morning. Welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, January 9th, 2017. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. On the afternoon of last Friday, 3 days ago, there was a shooting incident at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Florida in which 5 people were killed. We did not interrupt our regular scheduling because it was adequately covered by the major media outlets. This morning, however, news has come out that the FBI in the United States has arrested Oliver Schmidt, who is the Volkswagen head of regulatory compliance in the United States, or who was until March of last year. Mr. Schmidt was arrested apparently on charges of concealing data related to the Volkswagen diesel emission scandal. He's scheduled to appear in front of a U.S. magistrate in Miami sometime this morning. The New York Times was the first one to report the arrest. The United States Navy destroyer fired 3 warning shots yesterday at 4 of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard vessels after the boats closed on a high rate of speed on the destroyers in the Strait of Hormuz. The sources are saying that the USS Mahan, a destroyer, established radio communication with the Iranian boats, but they did not respond to requests to slow down. The U.S. destroyer fired warning flares, and an American helicopter also dropped a smoke float. The Iranian vessels came within 900 yards of the destroyer, which was escorting 2 other U.S. ships. Thus far, no other activity has occurred today on Monday. The British pound, however, today did see some activity. It fell to its lowest level since October, down to $1.21. This is after Prime Minister May suggested that the country was heading for a full break from the European Union. She signaled in an interview with Sky News over the weekend that Britain is likely to leave the European Union's single market for goods and services. She said that Britain will not try to keep bits of membership, as she put it, once it leaves. EU membership guarantees free movement of people, money, goods, and services across its 28 countries. The British government is interested in limiting immigration while retaining access to the European market. The EU says that Britain can't pick and choose and has to take all or nothing. Some traders have read May's comments to suggest that she's prepared to pull Britain from the single market and have a trade with the European Union as if it was any other country outside Europe, without any form of privileged status. Aon Benfield is reporting that global reinsurance capital has increased by 5.3%, up to a record high of $595 billion over the 9 months ending on September 30th, 2016. Aon Benfield notes that traditional reinsurance capital increased by 4.7%, up to about $517 billion of that $595, while alternative capital increased up to $78 billion, or about a 9.6% increase in its growth. There's a gigantic winter storm that's striking the western part of the United States in the California-Nevada region. It's the biggest storm in a decade, apparently. It's caused the evacuation of hundreds of homes in northern Nevada and triggered flooding and mudslides that have blocked major highways and stranded motorists in northern California. In Nevada, emergency officials have evacuated 400 homes, mainly in Reno, Nevada. The storm has been a steady rain event that is dropping about 15 inches of rain in the Sierras and the foothills of the Sierra. And this is after apparently about 5 feet of snow in the Sierras that occurred on Friday and Saturday. Schools have been closed throughout the Reno-Sparks, Nevada area. A state of emergency has been in place. The storm surge stretches all the way from Hawaii. It's being called by meteorologists an atmospheric river. It comes as California enters its 6th year of drought. Each drop of rain is welcome, but officials say several more big storms are needed to replenish depleted groundwater supplies. Meanwhile, in Germany, prosecutors have decided that nobody other than co-pilot Andreas Lubitz can be held accountable for the crash of the Germanwings Airbus A320 in March of 2015. This is according to the public prosecutor's office this morning. Lubitz deliberately flew the Germanwings A320 into a French mountainside on March 24, 2015, on a flight from Barcelona to Dusseldorf, killing all 150 people, including himself, that were on the plane. Prosecutors have said that Lubitz was suffering from a suspected psychotic depressive episode that started in December of 2014, months before the fatal crash, but that he had concealed his illness from his employer. The crash has led authorities in Europe to propose new laws on screening and monitoring of pilots. Germanwings has now been integrated into Lufthansa Eurowings budget unit. However, if you look closely at European airports, you will occasionally still see planes with the Germanwings livery on them that apparently have not yet been retrofitted to reflect the Eurowings colors. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.